Although the iPhone 16 has only been on show for less than 6 months, it is never too early to guess what Apple's next top gadget may resemble. From a thinner version of the next device to, finally, a new screen with a better refresh rate on basic versions, there is already a lot of speculation about what we may see with the next iPhone, perhaps dubbed the iPhone 17. As we look forward to 2025, the Apple iPhone 17 series is one of the most anticipated tech launches. Expected to be revealed on September 10, 2025, this next generation of iPhones is set to provide significant improvements in design, performance, and functionality. Based on the most recent rumors and leaks, here is a thorough view of the iPhone 17 Pro Max and possible advancements. Resuming its yearly cycle, Apple is likely to introduce the iPhone 17 series on September 10, 2025. The actual launch, which will debut Apple's flagship smartphone lineup's new chapter, is much awaited by fans and tech aficionados. Apple's next-generation A19 processor, developed utilizing the newest 3nm technology, will run the iPhone 17 series. This chip is predicted to give a 25% gain in performance over its predecessor. The iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max variants will have a more powerful A19 Pro CPU, enabling improved processing capability for demanding jobs, gaming, and multitasking. 1. RAM. The basic model of the iPhone 17 will keep 8 GB of RAM, allowing seamless functioning for regular usage. However, the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max will come loaded with a big upgrade minus 12 GB of RAM, allowing users to tackle even more strenuous activities and assuring smoother performance while multitasking and gaming. 2. Display. All iPhone 17 models will feature a 1Hz to 120Hz adaptive refresh rate, owing to the use of low-temperature polycrystalline oxide technology. This technology allows the display to dynamically adapt the refresh rate according on the material being seen, helping preserve battery life while presenting smooth images when required. The basic iPhone 17 model will sport a reduced 1mm bezel, boosting the overall screen-to-body ratio for a more immersive viewing experience. 3. Camera. The camera system on the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max will get a big improvement with a 48-megapixels primary sensor. These models will also include telephoto lenses, delivering improved zoom and enhanced clarity in photos. For selfie fans, all models will have a 24-megapixels front-facing camera, promising crisper and more detailed selfies. 4. Charging and battery life. The charging speed of the iPhone 17 will be improved to 35W, increasing charging times dramatically. With the efficient performance of the A19 processor, the smartphone will also give superior battery life, letting you to use your iPhone for longer durations without worrying about frequent charges. 5. Color options. What new colors can we anticipate for the iPhone 17 series? The standard model is expected to come in black, white, blue, orange, green, and purple, while the Pro and Pro Max variants will flaunt premium titanium finishes in light blue, black, green, and purple. Will these new hues appeal to various tastes? 6. Body design. Will the iPhone 17 be the thinnest iPhone ever? Leaks say that the iPhone 17 would sport an ultra-thin design, perhaps making it the slimmest iPhone Apple ever. Will the slightly bigger camera module hinder the overall look, or will it be a welcome boost for picture quality? Will the design still keep the classic iPhone 16 look? 7. Custom 5G modem. Will Apple's custom-designed 5G modem arrive with the iPhone 17 series? This might minimize Apple's dependency on Qualcomm's CPUs, giving greater 5G performance and more control over wireless communication. Will it offer a quicker, more consistent connection for users? 8. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chips. What about wireless performance? The iPhone 17 is reported to have Apple's custom-designed Bluetooth and Wi-Fi chips, dubbed as Proxima. Will this result in higher Wi-Fi speeds and more consistent connections, particularly for streaming or huge downloads? As we've seen, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is building up to be a remarkable gadget, with greater performance, gorgeous design, and better connection. Could these enhancements make it one of the most sophisticated smartphones of 2025? Although many of these features are based on hearsay, there's a lot to look forward to. Will the iPhone 17 live up to expectations, or will Apple surprise us with even more? Apple rumored to be testing reverse wireless charging on the iPhone 17 Pro. iPhone 17 Pro Max could end up being exclusive to the more expensive models. Reverse wireless charging has been implemented by several Apple rivals for years, which is a common practice because the technology giant usually adopts these standards much later. Even if Qi wireless charging has been supported by a multiplicity of iPhones, it will be the first time that reverse wireless charging makes an entrance to the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, providing the current rumor ends up being accurate. The new reverse wireless charging capability on the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max potentially reach 7.5 watt, but it can only be effective if both models come with bigger batteries. On Weibo, a user with the handle Satsuna Digital indicates that Apple has been testing reverse wireless charging technology on the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max, with a maximum wattage support of 7.5 watt. Even if the Cupertino giant was taking its sweet time to embrace this sort of induction, the aforementioned wattage will be more than what Samsung's current generation flagship, the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and last year's model, the Galaxy S24 Ultra support, which is 4.5 watt. The technology will be beneficial for filling up other gadgets that are low on battery, or even giving the AirPods case a much-needed charge so they can survive for just a bit longer. While it may be useful on a limited number of instances, there is one hurdle that Apple has yet to conquer that would make reverse wireless charging on the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max genuinely practicable: expanding the battery size. As of right moment, the largest battery the business has ever introduced to its iPhones is 4,685 mAh and is now featured in the iPhone 16 Pro Max. S25 Ultra carries a significantly greater battery, and it too may drain fast when reverse wireless charging is enabled. Fortunately, both Apple and Samsung have been said to be working on silicon carbon technology that would enable the batteries to not only expand in capacity, but also not compromise on the thickness either. An iPhone with a 5,500 mAh battery that also allows reverse wireless charging would be an excellent combo. But there is no knowing whether Apple would ever implement it, so consider this rumor with a grain of salt, and we will come back with further information. The mobile phone camera is definitely one of the most significant items people evaluate before buying. Since the iPhone became such a popular pocket camera, manufacturers have created accessories and gadgets designed to enhance video and picture creation. Gimbals, mounts, flash sync systems, camera lenses, and iPhone-connected smart cameras have generated a vast business based on the iPhone camera. When exploring the iPhone homepage on Apple's website, much of the page is devoted to explaining picture and video capabilities. When partnered with the correct talent and tools, the iPhone can generate competitive high-quality entertainment. A few movies have been created on the iPhone, such Unsane. During the COVID-19 epidemic, numerous TV programs taped episodes utilizing the iPhone to follow appropriate quarantine and distance. Apple announced ProRes compatibility in its iPhone 13 Pro line to play into home movie creation. Pro users may record 4K 60Hz ProRes straight to an external USB-C SSD with iPhone 15 Pro. When the iPhone 4S was introduced with a virtual assistant, hardly one took it seriously. Initially, Siri could simply operate as a voice-controlled assistant that performed the most basic job or question. Now, Siri is a powerhouse piece of machine learning that exists on every Apple device sold. On the iPhone, Siri not only operates as a user-facing assistant with deep app connections and controls, and it also serves as the background intelligence that runs daily operations. Contacts, calendar, photos, and even the system keyboard depend on Siri intelligence to organize information and present what is most important to the user. Siri also functions as the brains of shortcuts, which may be launched via the assistant, via widgets, or in-app. Apple does not directly commercialize Siri, but it does utilize the assistant as a main selling point for iPhone and peripherals like HomePod Mini and AirPods. The Home button on the iPhone functioned as an iconic element of the device for its first 10 years of existence until the iPhone X abolished it in favor of a full-screen display. The iPhone 5S brought Touch ID to the Home button, which would scan for a fingerprint by capturing a high-resolution picture of the finger offered to compare to what is recorded on the secure enclave. The steel ring around the Touch ID button would complete an electrical circuit with the user's finger. A fake finger or dead person could not unlock the phone. The introduction of Touch ID introduced safe encryption to the people and still remains on certain iPads and the iPhone SE today. Some claims from Ming-Chi Kuo have stated a future iPhone may include Face ID and on-screen Touch ID to be used in tandem. However, the introduction of Face ID while wearing a mask could alleviate the need for several biometric authentication mechanisms in one device. The Apple Card doesn't appear to be a huge earner for Apple, but does contribute to the halo effect of attracting more people who purchase more Apple items. The card works best when used to buy more Apple items from Apple stores and even enables users to make interest-free purchases of practically all Apple gadgets. Depending on the customer's credit score and other conditions, the interest rate might range from 13.24% to 24.24%. Purchases purchased with the actual card earn 1% cashback. The card on Apple Wallet will net 2% cashback, and when used with selected partners and Apple itself, users will get 3% cashback. Cashback rewards are automatically deposited into the customer's Apple Pay cash balance. Apple Card customers may establish an Apple Savings account that can earn at 4.5% APY. So, stay connected for more iPhone 17 updates. Are you enthusiastic about the incoming iPhone 17 series? Keep an eye on our channel for the latest rumors and announcements. We'll bring you all the information you need as we come closer to the official launch. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.